About half the population suffer from sleep disorders at least 3 nights a week in any given year. And in patients who see a family physician, up to 69% of them have an underlying sleep disorder affecting the condition they're being seen for. Heart disease, diabetes, depression, anxiety. So it's important to recognize their underlying sleep disorders and treat them.
We're hearing a lot of complaints about inconsistent medical practices, extremely long wait times, high pressure sales to sell a therapeutic device to the patient because that's the only revenue these facilities had coming to them.
There are over 32 different sleep disorders. Obstructive sleep apnea is one of the more common, and there's a lot of money to be made by treating sleep apnea with a device called CPAP. Only certain kinds of people should have a home test. The ones that are high probability for having obstructive sleep apnea based on history. If they're at low probability, they are better off to have a full nocturnal polysomnogram in the lab so we don't miss other things.
It was kind of like the Wild West. Not so much with the approved level 1 overnight sleep labs because they are regulated, but with the home sleep apnea testing facilities. They operated completely outside of the mainstream medical system, even though they were providing a recognized diagnostic test.
We wanted to ensure that no matter where you were throughout the province, whether it be in an urban or a rural area, you'd be able to access a consistent polysomnography test and have consistent results, that a patient wouldn't have to pay out of pocket, and that patients had choice of where they wanted to go. Generally when you think about diagnostic services, you think about x-rays and ultrasounds. So polysomnography was fairly new. One of the things that the project team did was they developed a working group which had members from the private sector, clinicians, facility owners, health authorities. I think there was a lot of trust that was built at that table and a lot of great ideas that came forward.
The guidelines that were created with this program have been transmitted to the College of Physicians to accredit home sleep apnea testing, and the existing vendors are now accredited.
The clinics were engaged, and because they were part of the process, there were no surprises to them.
We found a way to not only bring the home sleep apnea testing facilities into the medical services plan, but we actually made an estimate based on MSP billings of how many tests are actually needed for a given population. And once that was published, the operators, they applied for those areas where the capacity was needed.
The other thing that this program does is increase the awareness of sleep disorders.
If you don't get a good night's sleep, your everyday life gets impacted. Things like driving your car, attention to detail. So I think to kind of be on the cusp of that, to bring that forward, I think was very innovative.